why they invite ex-hippies for such conferences. When I came and saw all these black hats and all these black big cats, I was remembering Father Sophrony. You know Father Sophrony probably, Saint Sophrony I would say. When I saw him the first time, I asked Father Sophrony, why are you so black? I was astonished, you know, because love is colorful. Look at this lady's orange and so many colors. Father Sophrony, that was in Lausanne in Switzerland, he said, Klaus, come to the window, look at the roads is underneath, look at the cars. Look attentively at all the cars. Okay, there was this blue Volkswagen, the black Mercedes, the green Opel, violet, Fiat, and all these colors. Then Father Sophrony closed the window. He looked at me and said, Klaus, which car did you really like most? I said, the most elegant car was the black Mercedes. So I said, that's why we are black, Klaus. So I'm happy to be among you black people. I'm black, meanwhile, dressed myself. I'm a sort of priest in jeans now, you know, because many young people, they don't believe the priests. As they say, the beardy ones, they don't believe them anymore. Now, when I met Father Sophrony, I think one of the first things which impressed me, when he said, Klaus, I warn you from people who have a library in their head and no Christ experience in their heart. And that was a key word for me, because, you know, those who read my book, so many people I met already, I have been around the world and testing all religions, but deeply for 12 years. So when I talk about authentic and not book knowledge. And this is the point now, we talk about internet. And I think I am an internet victim myself. There are different victims. They're pornography, or I'm a victim because through that book I've become so known that I get letters from all around the world and they say, wow, this book changed my life. So of course it's God's book. I just gave my experiences for that. And I remember I'm constant visitor of Essex Monastery in Essex, Father Sophrony, and Father Sophrony's great nephew, Nicholas Sakharov, told me once, Klaus, if you have sleep problems one day, if you cannot fall asleep, read my book. It's theology, you will sleep immediately. Whereas, it was a joke, of course. I read the book and we need theology, of course, but people nowadays, especially the young people, I think everybody needs authentic experiences. And that makes the difference probably. Why I don't prepare talks, why I just stand here and before I come here, I think I'm somehow cut off my head. I'm going to the guillotine. And then the Holy Spirit sometimes can speak. And I remember I've been friends quite close with Mother Teresa. I lived in Calcutta. And Mother Teresa said another key word to me. She said to me, Klaus, you know, I want that everybody who comes to me goes away richer than he came. And this is what I want to do with you. This is what I want to do with myself. This is what I do with internet now. When I go in internet, I don't even read. There are tons of pages about me, seemingly in Google. You just Google Klaus Kenneth, there are tons of pages. I don't look at even one. I think never in 30 years I have been looking on one, because what is past is past. But the people say that makes sense, that's something true, that's something we want, and this makes us richer, and that is the connection with Mother Teresa. Now, how is it possible? Why can I reach people? How is it possible? Of course, not with theology. Theology, we know, is needed. But I remember Saint Seraphim of Sarov says, save yourself and all others around you will be saved. That means it's valid for internet also. If you don't save yourself, if you give them lessons, people so often, they lecture each other, they open their mouth, they criticize, they lecture, they want to teach you something. I've got nothing to teach anybody. I have to give them love. And the love is only possible, as Saint Seraphim of Sarov says, save yourself and all others will be saved. And that's what Saint Silouan did. Saint Silouan was repeating that. And I've been 10 years with Father Sophrony, and our friendship was so deep, and he was just doing the same. The point is, for me, how can we reach the people? We can reach the people, the young people mostly, by becoming them. Christ became man so that we can become Christians or Christ. Father Sophrony became Klaus, so that Klaus can follow the Orthodox path by love. Because he changed himself, Father Sophrony, and got a guy like hippie, like Klaus Kenneth, Father Sophrony, and we had such a wonderful friendship for 10 years. So save yourself, and all others will be saved. That means show your love to them, your respect. This is such an important thing, to show love to the enemies, to the drug addicts, to the homosexuals, to show them respect and love. God loves the sinner, but not the sin. And this is the secret all the time, which I get back to thousands. I've been, surely, I think 5,000 letters from Hong Kong, from Malaysia, from South Africa. When the people get that book, it's translated in 10 languages about. They write me, they say, why? And I said, just because you are my real brother. I don't have to teach you something. Show the people love through internet also, and become like them, like Christ became us. Then they open. If you want to teach them, nobody wants to be taught by it's. We have to show them love. Now, how can we show them love? I think that is the experience which is the central point of my book, by the way. If we are theologians, if we are philosophers, if we are great teachers, like St. Paul says, if we don't have love, we are dong, dong, dong. We are a sounding cymbal, but without love, nothing works. And only, I think, and believe deeply, when we have Christ's experience, that's what Father Sophrony said. First, the experience. If we have Christ's experience, we do reach people, and we can authentically love and not be theologians only. And this is what I'm doing through internet. Before I came to Athens, sometime before, a lady in Geneva told me, Klaus, look at, I know from Serbia, the professors and the theologians, I saw they have about 2,000 to 3,000 clicks on their websites. And she said, Klaus, you have 28,000 clicks. When I was speaking here in Athens the first time, Emplo, my publisher, said we have 2,000 clicks a day. They had 22,000 clicks at in the same evening, you see. This is when you have something authentic to tell the people, authentic love, and it is not possible unless we have Christ in our heart. That's what the Protestants are quite right. They say you must be reborn, but they are not reborn. They use just the words, unfortunately. But the way, as we heard this morning also from the father from America, will be in Boston soon, that we can learn from them. We can learn from them to spread ways and to reach the people. So this is something which encourages me very, very much, so that we can reach out through internet. Wow, it's such a great means. And I have not even been looking for that. I don't even look internet, as I say. For me, I don't care, but they do it with me. That's why I say my victim. So I think it's by the grace of God. You know, I just cannot shut my mouth. If I go to the supermarket, if I go in a taxi driver, wherever I go, when you have Christ experience, you cannot shut your mouth. It comes because the love is there. When you have met him, when you have met Father Sophrony, you have to share it with people. You have to tell them, wow, look at it, it's so great. What you more talking about? I said, because it overflows. This is so simple. It is so simple. Why we want to give them theology? In the second place, we can give them theology. It's very needed. But what I found out is something very important. I must tell you quite frankly, 2 weeks ago about, I don't know, I met the Patriarch Irene in Serbia, and I asked him, can I have a blessing? You know what he answered to me? I'm busy. I am shocked. I'm busy. Can you not give me a blessing? He said, literally, I'm busy. I said, well, you said it to Klaus. Klaus will say that publicly, even if you are my enemy afterwards. I cannot shut my mouth, because I found something which we all know certainly. There's something called clergy club. It's like an exclusive golf club, you see. They're very busy, kiss your hands and with the rich people to build churches, but the churches are empty in the end. So what's the use for it? If you have church and they're empty, because the young people don't go them anymore. So that's the clergy club. So let them do. I don't criticize. That's one of the first lessons with Father Sophrony when I became became Orthodox. I don't criticize, I don't judge anybody. I judge myself, of course. And there's another thing in our Orthodox Church which I found also, which is very sad, and that's, again, with internet connected. I call this R and R. It would be nice if there would be a Rolls Royce, but it's rights and rules. Rights and rules imposed to people. They don't understand anything like me. If Father Sophroni would have given me a lesson about Orthodoxy, I would have been away 10 minutes later. But Father Sophroni gave me so much love. He became Klaus. And Klaus is just doing the same. I'm just copying Father Zacharias. You might know Father Zacharias. We are so close friends now because love is important. And then the rights and the rules have function. Then you can introduce to the people to such a world. Yeah, I think that's it. We get some time, because I can speak for 3 hours if you want. But no, let's stop here.
You have 5 minutes.
No, I think it's okay. We win some time. Oh, and
you have five minutes.
Okay, I'll just tell you.
But
maybe
we are busy. So please, 5 minutes.
5 minutes. All right. So why, you see, why a guy from Germany who has had Luther and Hitler is talking about orthodoxy? Yeah. And they beat the Romans also. So that's a very strange country. I publish about 10 Orthodox books now about the Jesus prayer. And I try to reach the German people also via internet, of course. Now, my book, what is it all about? Because I have been from Morocco to Indonesia, Pakistan, in Muslim countries. I tested it by being and not by book knowledge, and I found out that this is not love. It's law, it's legalism. The same, I became Hindu. I was for 7 years living in Calcutta. That's when I became friends with Mother Teresa. And I was venerating the Hindu gods, and I saw the limits of Hinduism. And I saw parallels to Hinduism. And all these experiences, they were true experiences. And finding out through Mother Teresa later, I wanted to convert her to Hinduism in the beginning because she had love, and I didn't have love in my life. I didn't have parents who had love for me. So after the meeting with Mother Teresa, I went to Tibet and discovered the Buddhist world, and went later to Thailand to reach Nirvana, and I reached the place of what is called Nirvana. For 3.5 years, I became a monk. I was a Buddhist monk. And when I talk about these comparison to Catholicism, Protestantism and Orthodoxy, people understand very quickly. I'm not giving them lessons. I know what I have lived very deeply. It was a question of death and life for my own life to find. Okay, why wasn't I a Christian? Maybe I didn't tell you. I've been violated by a Roman Catholic priest, a homosexual, for 7 years every night. That's why I went off looking God in another place. So after Buddhism, it was nice, as one father said also, God can manifest him through a cat if he wants. You know how I found God? Through 7 Kalashnikovs. I was taken hostage in Colombia, in South America, and because when I wanted to free myself, that's written in the book, I was condemned to death, and the execution squad came, and I had 7 Kalashnikovs in front of me, and God manifested himself in this moment. I call the first time in my life, what you call in Greek, Kyrie eleison, means God help me. I'm lost, I cannot do anything anymore. In 1 second, I will be shot death. And God came, and that's a big miracle. Why 25 times I survived death in the war between India and Pakistan and so on. Okay, goodbye. Thank you. It's good. Get the book.